The fisherman called all the fish of that species tuna and only among them by their proper names when they came to sell them or to trade them for baits were down again. The sun was hot now, and the old man felt it on the back of his neck and felt the sweat trickle down his back as he rowed. I could just drift, he thought, and sleep and put a bite of line around my toe to wake me. But today is 85 days and I should fish the day well. Just then watching his lines, he saw one of the protecting green sticks dip sharply. Yes, he said, yes, and shifted his oars without bumping the boat. He reached out for the line and held it softly between the thumb and the forefinger of his right hand. He felt no strain, no weight, and he held the line lightly. Then it came again. This time it was a tentative pull, not solid nor heavy, and he knew exactly what it was. 100 fathoms down, a marlin was eating the sardines that covered the point and the shank of the hook where the hand forget hook projected from the head of the small tuna. The old man held the line delicately and softly with his left hand unlaced it from the stick. Now he could let it run through his fingers without the fish feeling any tension. This far out he must be hug, and this month, he thought, eat them, fish, eat them, please eat them. How fresh they are, and you down the 600 feet in that cold water in the dark. Make another turn in the dark and come back and eat them. He felt the light delicate pulling end, then a harder pull when a sardines hit must have been more difficult to break from the hook. Then there was nothing. Come on, the old man said aloud. Make another turn. Just smell them. Aren't they lovely? Eat them good now, and then there is the tuna, hot and cold and lovely. Don't be shy, fish. Eat them. He waited, with the line between his thumb and his finger, watching it and the other lines at the same time, for the fish might have swum up or down. Then came the same delicate pulling touch again. He'll take it, the old man said aloud. God help him to take it. He did not take it, sir. He was gone, and the old man held nothing. He can't have gone, he said. Chris knows he can't have gone. He's making a turn. Maybe he has been hooked before and he remembers something of it. Then he left the gentle touch on the line and he was happy. It was only his turn, he said. He'll take it. He was happy feeling the gentle pulling and then he felt something hard and unbelievably heavy. It was the weight of the fish and he let the line slip down, 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 unrolling off the first of the two reserve coils as it went down, slipping lightly through the old man's fingers. He still could feel the great weight, so the pressure of his thumb and finger were almost incredible. What a fish, he said. He was it sideways in his mouth now, and he is moving off it with. Then he will turn and swallow it, he thought. He did not say that because he knew that if you said a good thing, it might not happen. He knew what a hard fish. This wasn't be thought of him moving away in the darkness with the tuna held crosswise in his mouth. At that moment he felt him stop moving, but the weight was still there. Then he weight increased and he gave more line. He tightened the pressure of his thumb and finger for a moment, and his weight increased and was going straight down. He's taking it, he said. Now I'll let him eat it well. He let the line slip through his fingers while he reached down with his left hand and made fast the free and the two reserve coils to the loop of the two reverse coils of the next line. Now he was ready. He had 340 bottom coils of line in reserve now, as well as the coil he was using. Eat it a little more, he said. Eat it well. Eat it so that the point of the hook goes into your heart and kills you, he thought. Come up easy and let me put the harpoon into you. All right, are you ready? Have you been long enough at table? No, he said aloud, and struck hard with both hands, gained a yard of line, and then struck again and again, swinging with each arm alternately on the cord with all the strength of his arms and the pivoted weight of his body. Nothing happened. The fish just moved away slowly, and the old man could not raise him an inch. His line was strong, and the made for heavy fish, and he held it against his hack until it was so taut that bits of water were jumping from it. Then it began to make a slow hissing sound in the water, and he still held it, bracing himself against the thwart and leaning back against the pool. The boat began to move slowly off toward the northeast. The fish moved steadily and they traveled slowly on the calm water. The other baits were still in the water, but there was nothing to be done. I wish I had the boy, the old man said aloud. I am being towed by a fish and I am the towing bait. I could make the line last, but then he could break it. I must hold him all. I cannot give him line when he must have it. Thank God he is traveling and not going down. What I will do if he decided to go down, I don't know. What I'll do if he sounds and dies, I don't know. But I'll do something. There are plenty of things I can do. He held the line against his back and watched it slant in the water and the skiff moving steadily to the northeast. This will kill him, the old man thought. He can't do this forever. But 4 hours later, the fish was still swimming steadily out to sea, towing the skiff, and the old man was still braced solidly with the line across his back. It was noon when I hooked him, he said, and I have never seen him. He had pushed his straw hat hard down on his head before he hooked the fish and it was cutting his forehead. I was thirsty too and he got down on his knees and being careful not to jump on the line, moved as far into the boy as he could get and reached the water bottle with one hand. He opened it and drank a little. Then he rested against the boy. He rested sitting on the unstepped mast and sailed and tried not to sink but only to enter. Then he looked behind him and saw that no land was visible. That makes no difference, he thought. I can always come in on the glow from Havana. There are 2 more hours before the sun sets, and maybe he will come up before that. If he doesn't, maybe he will come up with the moon. If he does not do that, maybe he will come up with the sunrise. I have no cramps and I feel strong. It is he that has the hook in his mouth. But what a fish to peel like that. He must have his mouth shut tight on the wire. I wish I could see him. I wish I could see him only once to know what I have against me. The fish never changed his course, no, his direction, all that night, as far as the man could tell from watching the stars. It was cold after the sun went down, and the old man's sweat dried cold on his back and his arms and his old legs. During the day he had taken the sack that covered the bait box and spread it in the sun to dry. After the sun went down, he tied it round his neck so that it hung down over his back and his cautiously worked it down under the line that was across his shoulders now. The sack cushioned the line, and the furry hat found a way of leaning forward against the boy, so that he was almost comfortable. The position actually was only somewhat less intolerable, but he thought of it was almost comfortable. I can do nothing with him, and he can do nothing with me, he thought. Not as long as he keeps this up.